Hi everyone, Amitofo. Welcome to True Buddha School's Vajrasattva practice for Preliminaries live guided meditation. So, first of all, before we begin, make sure you have all your Dharma implements, your mala beads, you prepared the offerings at your shrine. And first of all, let's sit quietly and adjust our breathing. Please raise the back of your seat slightly. Sit in the 7-point posture of Vairochana. Sit with your legs crossed in a lotus position. Place your hands in the meditation mudra below the navel. Straighten your spine, straighten your central channel, straighten and extend your shoulders. Let your tongue touch the roof of your mouth, your upper palate. Tuck in your chin. Close your eyes slightly. Gently smile. Relax. Let down all whatever's happening in your life. Focus your mind on a single point. Focus your attention on the Dharma practice we are about to begin. Let your body become still. Let your speech become silent. Let your mind become quiet. Completely empty your body and mind. Adjust your breathing as much as possible so that it becomes subtle or gentle, slow and gradual. All right, so let's begin the practice. Okay, so let's first visualize True Buddha School's lineage. So visualize at the top, there's Mahavairochana Buddha, Buddha Lochana Buddha Mother, Amitabha Buddha, Kama Kumara, Living Buddha Lian-sheng. So the 5 vertical orbs of light, their faces all transform into that of Living Buddha Lian-sheng, and then they all merge into one above the crown of our heads. Visualize our lineage guru, His Holiness, radiating great light. Form the Pama Kumara Mudra, and let's recite the short version of the Pama Kumara Heart Mantra to pray for the great lineage blessing and a perfect and complete practice. Om Guru Lian-sheng Siddhi Hum. 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 Supplication for the blessing of Living Buddha Lian-sheng. Om. With reverence, I make my purified body, speech, and mind an offering to Vairochana. The holy Buddha Lochana is the Dharma body, and Pama Kumara is the bliss body. Living Buddha Lian-sheng is the emanation body. These 3 bodies being the same in essence as the Buddha's grace, homage to his true Buddha lineage and to his transcendent power that encompasses the whole universe. Radiating light throughout the 3 times, he can manifest himself instantaneously. Disciples of Buddha should constantly cry out for his pure light, which magnifies virtue and wisdom. In the past, his realization was prophesied by Shakyamuni Buddha, and by Amitabha Buddha, he was entrusted with the mission of salvation. Maitreya Bodhisattva bestowed on him the red crown, and Guru Padmasambhava taught him the Tantra. We pray you never abandon your past vows to liberate us all, thus as you embrace and enfold us with protection and care, empower us to more quickly attain realization. Namo Vairochana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lochana, Namo Pama Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian-sheng, Namo the True Buddha Assembly, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Mahasattvas, everywhere throughout the 3 times. Perform the 4 immeasurables visualization. So first let's visualize our teacher, Grand Master Lu, appearing the space above and before us, including all lineage masters, the 8 principal Yidam deities, all Buddhas of the 10 directions throughout the past, present, and future, all great bodhisattvas and Vajra protectors, covering the space like countless stars. Visualize a parent sitting next to us. Visualize your father, paternal relatives on your left. Visualize your mother and maternal relatives on your right. Visualize your teachers, benefactors, loved ones, and friends behind you, your karmic creditors and enemies in front of you, and all beings of the 6 realms, including gods, humans, jealous gods, hungry ghosts, animals, and hell realms, surrounding you and joining you in this practice. All joining you in this tantric Dharma practice, all attaining Buddhahood together. Wake up call. Recite the purification mantras. Om Shali Shali Maha Shali Shashali Soha. Om Shodali Shodali Shamali Shamali Soha. Om Waraladan He He Hum. Namo Samanto Mudanam Om Dulu Dulu Diwe Soha. Recite the invocation mantra 3 times. Om Ah Om Soha. Om Ah Om Soha. Om Ah Om Soha. Namo Rukuru Living Buddha Lian-sheng, Namo White Maha Pama Kumara, Namo Lotus Light Unhindered Buddha, Namo the Lineage Gurus of True Buddha School, Namo Vajrasattva, Namo Vajrasattva, Namo Vajrasattva, Namo Vairochana Buddha of the Center, Namo Akshobha Buddha of the East, Namo Ratna Sambhava of the South, Namo Amitabha Buddha of the West, Namo Amoga City of the North, Namo Shakya Muni Buddha, Namo Medicine Buddha, Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Pond, Namo Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, Namo Pama Kumara, Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, Namo Manjushri Bodhisattva, Namo Maitreya Bodhisattva, Namo Pama Sambhava, Namo Maha Chundi Buddha Mother, Namo the great benevolent lineage gurus of True Buddha School, may all beings attain peace and happiness. Namo the 5 Buddhas, deities, and the shrine, may all beings be free of all sufferings. Namo all Buddhas of the 10 directions and 3 times, may all beings abide in joy and kindness. Namo the Tripitaka and 12 divisions of the Buddhist canon, may all beings forsake discrimination. Namo all sages and sanghas of the 10 directions and 3 times, may all beings attain perfect enlightenment. Namo the perfectly enlightened, holy red crowned Vajra Master Venerable Lian-sheng, may all beings of the 6 realms of samsara and I attain unsurpassed enlightenment in an instant, take refuge in, and ultimately return to Lian-sheng's Buddha land. All Vajra protectors, dakinis, and heavenly beings, all Buddhas of the 10 directions throughout the past, present, and future, all bodhisattvas and mahasattvas, Namo Maha Prajna Paramita, and also all enshrined deities at our respective shrines and altars. Okay. Great homage for visualization. So first form the Buddha Shrine Mudra. You can look at the diagrams on the screen. First pay homage to our root guru and all Buddhas of the 10 directions and 3 times. So when we touch our forehead, visualize white Om. And then when we touch our throat with the mudra, visualize or the syllable. And then when you touch your heart, visualize the blue home syllable. All right, so Om, Om. Visualize infinite selves, prostrating to infinite Buddhas. Release the mudra. Second, pay homage to all bodhisattvas from the lotus mudra. Om, Ah. Visualize infinite selves, prostrating to infinite bodhisattvas. Release the mudra. Third, pay homage to all Dharma protectors. Form the Vajra mudra. Om. Ah. Visualize infinite selves, prostrating to infinite Dharma protectors. Release the mudra. Fourth, half bow in equality. Perform the mandala offering. So first, let's form the offering mudra and visualize offerings multiplying. The mudra represents Mount Meru in the middle, surrounded by the 4 great continents. Visualize offerings of flowers, incense, candles or lamps, cups of hot tea, your favorite food, fruits, drinks, clothing, shelter, accommodation, transportation, Vajra song and dance, mountains of rice, mountains of gems, jewels, the good deeds that you have done, purity of body, speech, and mind, the tea, channels, and light drops from your spiritual cultivation. So visualize all material offerings forming a row, then multiplying again to form a field, then multiplying again to fill all of space. Sincerely dedicate all these offerings to Root Guru Grand Master Lu, all lineage gurus, the 8 principal deities, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Dharma protectors. Let's recite the offering verse. Mount Meru together with the 4 continents, sun and moon, transform into precious treasures to offer to the Buddhas. May the immeasurable merits arisen from offering these treasures quickly remove karma to realize Buddhahood. Recite the offering mantra. Om Sawa Tathagata Itamu Gurlana Minchala Kan Nilye Dai Mi. Release the mudra. Fourfold refuge. Place your palms together. Let's first perform the empowerment visualization. Visualize our lineage root guru, all lineage gurus, all Buddhas, Dharma, and Sanghas, merging and transforming into a great white light, with the white light pouring over you and bestowing empowerment. Recite the fourfold refuge mantra 3 times. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye. Perform the armor protection. Form the Vajra hand clasp mudra at your forehead and let's recite the protection mantra 7 times. Om Pralanjali, Om Pralanjali, Om Pralanjali, Om Pralanjali, Om Pralanjali, Om Pralanjali, Om Pralanjali. Bring the mudra to touch the forehead, throat, heart, left shoulder, right shoulder, and back to the forehead, and then release the mudra. As you release the mudra, visualize Vajrapani appearing in the space above you, multiplying to 4, guarding you from the front, back, left, and right. Recite the High King Avalokiteshvara Sutra. Namo观世音 Bodhisattva, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. An affinity of the Pure Lens opens the Dharma doors by engaging permanence, bliss, identity, and purity. One is blessed with the Dharma. Namo Maha Prajna Paramita, a great spiritual mantra. Namo Maha Prajna Paramita, a great wisdom mantra. Namo Maha Prajna Paramita, a supreme mantra. Namo Maha Prajna Paramita, an unequaled mantra. Namo the Pure Light Secret Buddha, the Dharma Treasury Buddha, Tranquil King Buddha with lion's roar and divine speed, Sumeru Light King Buddha announced by Buddha, Dhamma Protector Buddha, Vajra Treasury Roaming Lion Buddha, Precious Victory Buddha, Supernatural Power Buddha, Medicine Crystal Light King Buddha, the Universal Light Merit Mountain King Buddha, the Merit Retaining Jewel King Buddha, the Seven Past Buddhas, the future 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate eon, the 1,500 Buddhas, the 15,000 Buddhas, the 500 Flower Victory Buddhas, the 10 billion Vajra Treasury Buddhas, the Fixed Light Buddha, the Buddhas of the six directions. To the east, the Precious Light Moon Palace, Venerable Wonderful Voice King Buddha. To the south, the Tree Root Flower King Buddha. To the west, the Spiritual Power Flower Blazing King Buddha. To the north, the Moon Palace Purity Buddha. Above, the countless bigger jewel crown Buddhas. Below, the tranquil moon Sound King Buddha. All the countless Buddhas, many jewels Buddhas, Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya Buddha, Akshobha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, all beings in the central realm and those in the Pure Lands, while moving upon the earth and through the heavens, shower limitless compassion upon all beings, affording them equanimity and peace, that they might cultivate day and night. By constantly invoking this sutra, one is liberated from the suffering of birth and death, and freed from all the many kinds of suffering. Namo the great wisdom Guanxing, the observant Guanxing, the noble Guanxing, the expansively minded Guanxing, the medicine king Bodhisattva, the supreme medicine Bodhisattva, Manjushri Bodhisattva, Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Akasagarbha Bodhisattva, Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, the billions of clear, cool treasure mountain Bodhisattvas, the universal light Venerable King Tathagata Bodhisattva. Chanting this sutra continually, the seven world-honored Buddhas recite this mantra. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. Lipo lipo de, kyoha de, tolo ni de, nihala de, pili ni de, mohoga de, zhenling qian de, so. So that's actually another section at the end of the sutra. So I'll just read it. All right. Avalokiteshvaras in the 10 directions and all bodhisattvas vow to save sentient beings. By invoking their names, all can be liberated. Those with wisdom should expound it diligently, while those with affinity recite it unceasingly. Recite the sutra 1,000 times with every thought unremitting. Fire cannot harm. Blades and weapons destroyed in an instant. Rage turns into joy. The dying shall live. Do not say these are empty words, for Buddhas never speak untruths. I, King Avalokiteshvara, can alleviate all sufferings. Faced with danger and crisis, the dying shall live. The words of all Buddhas are true. Thus we should prostrate in homage. By reciting this sutra 1,000 times, all grave sins shall be eradicated. Those with great merit and unwavering faith should single-mindedly uphold this sutra. May this merit be dedicated universally to all. Recite 1,000 times, all grave sins shall be eradicated. Thus ends the High King Avalokiteshvara Sutra. Recite the rebirth mantra 7 times. So from the rebirth mudra, or otherwise known as the Great Ocean Deliverance Mudra, it's meant to look like a Dharma vessel. So visualize Amitabha Buddha. He can either be sitting or standing, it's okay. From his right hand, there are multiple or numerous lotuses or Dharma vessels being released. Visualize Amitabha Buddha radiating bright light so that our deceased ancestors, our karmic creditors, or any beings that we have unwittingly or accidentally hurt, may all be able to be reborn in the Pure Land or a better realm. Recite the rebirth mantra 7 times. Namo Amitabha Ye Doda Gato Ye Dodiyata Amilito Popi Amilito Sidan Popi Amilito Picalante Amilito Picalando Kamini Kakana Judo Galiso Namo Amitabha Ye Doda Gato Ye Dodiyata Amilito Popi Amilito Sidan Popi Amilito Picalante Amilito Picalando Kamini Kakana Chido Galiso Namo Amitabha Ye Doda Gato Ye Dodiyata Amilito Popi Amilito Sidan Popi Amilito Picalante Amilito Picalando Kamini Kakana Chido Galiso Namo Amitabha Ye Doda Gato Ye Dodiyata Amilito Popi Amilito Sidambobi, Amilito Picalante, Amilito Picalando, Camini Cacana, Chido Caliso, Namo Amito Poye, Dota Catoye, Dodiata, Amilito Popi, Amilito Sidambobi, Amilito Picalante, Amilito Picalando, Camini Cacana, Chido Caliso, Namo Amitabha Ye Doda Gato Ye Dodiyata Amilito Popi Amilito Sidan Popi Amilito Picalante Amilito Picalando Camini Cacana Chido Caliso Namo Amitabha Ye Doda Gato Ye Dodiyata Amilito Popi Amilito Sidan Popi Amilito Picalante Amilito Picalando Camini Cacana Chido Caliso. As you release the mudra, visualize the lotuses and Dharma vessels being delivered to Amitabha's Western paradise of ultimate bliss, or Sukhavati. Recite the Four Immeasurables prayer. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. This is immeasurable loving kindness. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. This is immeasurable compassion. May all sentient beings always abide in non-suffering and happiness. This is immeasurable joy. May all sentient beings relinquish craving and aversion and abide in equality. This is immeasurable equanimity. Recite the Bodhicitta verse and mantra. We shall take refuge in the root guru and 3 jewels until reaching enlightenment. We will never recede on the path. May all our virtues be dedicated to all beings for their speedy enlightenment. Recite the Bodhicitta mantra 3 times. Om Bodhicitta Betsa Samaya Om. Om Bodhicitta Betsa Samaya Om. Om Bodhicitta Betsa Samaya Om. Recite the repentance first 3 times and then recite the repentance mantra. So before we recite the repentance verse, we can think about, is there anything that we feel sorry for, that we've done, any mistakes that we've made, whether in body, speech, or mind, and even the things that we don't know of in our past lives that the people that we might have hurt, the beings that we might have harmed. So let's all repent for all of that and hope that we will be able to stop our karmic habitual tendencies and turn over a new leaf. All our transgressions committed since time immemorial, which originate in beginningless greed, hatred, and ignorance, and which are manifest through our body, speech, and mind, these we fully confess and repent of them altogether. All our transgressions committed since time immemorial, which originate in beginningless greed, hatred, and ignorance, and which are manifest through our body, speech, and mind, these we fully confess and repent of them altogether. All our transgressions committed since time immemorial, which originate in beginningless greed, hatred, and ignorance, and which are manifest through our body, speech, and mind, these we fully confess and repent of them altogether. Recite the repentance mantra 108 times. Om Betsa Samaya Sudaya, 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 Om Betsa Samya Surya, 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 Om Betsa Samya Sudaya, Om Betsa Samya Sudaya. Recite the Pama Kumara Hat Mantra. Before that, first form the Pama Kumara Mudra, and let's do the three-light blessing visualization. So first visualize Root Guru's brow point, emitting a powerful beam of white light entering your brow point. Visualize Root Guru's throat area, emitting a powerful beam of red light entering your throat area. Visualize Root Guru's heart chakra, emitting a powerful beam of blue light entering your heart chakra. Visualize the white, red, and blue beams of light dissolving into your body and mind. Then perform the mala beads visualization. First, hold the mala beads with both hands in front of your chest and use your thumbs to move or slide over the beads when reciting the mantra. Visualize your left hand as a Vajra bell, your right hand as a Vajrasattva. Visualize the Guru bead as the stupa of abundant treasures. Visualize the four divided beads as the four Diva kings, the four heavenly kings. Visualize the tassel as a lotus hand or a Buddha hand. Visualize the mala bead stream as the white light of Vajrasattva's inherent nature, threading through the beads all the way around. During mantra recitation, as each bead is moved and counted, visualize it transforming into lineage root guru living Buddha Lian-sheng and appearing in front of you. Let's recite the Pama Kumara Hat Mantra short version 108 times. Om Guru Lian-sheng Siddhi Om, 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 Om Guru Lian-sheng Siddhi Hum. 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 Vajrasattva Bodhisattva practice, or otherwise known as Vajrasattva invocation of Vajrasattva. Let's first form the Vajrasattva mudra and recite the emptiness mantra 3 times. Om Sabhava Sudha Sawa Dharma Sabhava Sudhoham. Om Sabhava Sudha Sawa Dharma Sabhava Sudhoham. Om Sabhava Sudha Sawa Dharma Sabhava Sudhoham. Visualize an ocean with a placid, very calm, mirror-like surface, and above the ocean is a clear, cloudless sky stretching on for miles. A blue-colored full moon rises above the horizon, and inside this moon disk is the seed syllable home, radiating brilliant white light. The home syllable inside the moon disk begins to spin clockwise, transforming into Vajrasattva seated on an 8-petaled white lotus. Vajrasattva appears in our minds as being dignified and tranquil. His body is white. He wears the 5 Buddha crown, celestial garments, and ornaments. His right hand holds a Vajra scepter at his heart, and his left hand holds a Vajra bell. At the level of his heart is a recitation wheel with the 100-syllable mantra. The mantra wheel at his heart revolves and radiates brilliant white light. This white light arcs over and down, pouring through one's crown and filling one's entire body. One's whole body emits a great white light, and all negative karma is expelled throughout your skin's pores, leaving you crystal clear and filled with joy. Your body, speech, and mind are completely purified. Recite the 100-syllable mantra 21 times. And as we are chanting the mantra, you can continue to visualize Vajrasattva radiating brilliant light and blessing you. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Badisha Tetsuo Mepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulaya Cha Sawa Karam Sushami Chidamu Silivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Petsamami Mancha Petsupawa Mahasamaya Satowa Hom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Badisha Tetsuo Mepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulaya Cha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidamu Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sava Tathagata Bitsama Mimancha Betsipawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Umbitsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Bitsa Sato Denupalisha Zisumepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulaya Cha Sawa Karma Sushame Chitamu Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Bitsama Mimancha Betsibawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupale Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zisumepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Shitamu Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Bitsama Mimancha Betsibawa Mahasamaya Sadawa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomeba Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Suchame Shidamu Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Bitsama Mimancha Betsibawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Sidamu Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Bitsama Mimancha Betsipawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidamu Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Bitsama Mimancha Betsipawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chitam Shilivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Betsama Mimancha Betsipawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Shidamu Silivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Betsama Mimancha Betsibawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidamu Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Betsama Mimancha Betsipawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidam Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Bitsama Mimancha Betsipawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Betsa Sato Denupalisha Zizomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulato Mepawa Sawa Shiri Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidam Sulivan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Bitsama Mimancha Betsipawa Mahasamaya Satowa Humpe Betsa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva denu banicha, zazo me pawa, sudokai me pawa, supokai me pawa, anulado me pawa, sawa, siddhi me pulayacha, sawa karma, sushami, siddhamu, silivan, guru hum, ha 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 ha. Bhagavan Sawa, Tadakata, Vetsama Memancha, Vetsipawa, Mahasamaya, Satowa, Vetsasado Samaya, Manubalaya, Vetsasado Denubadisha, Susumepawa, Sudokai Mepawa, Supokai Mepawa, Anulado Mepawa, Sawa, Siddhi Mepulayasha, Sawa, Karma, Sushami, Chidamu, Silivan, Guru Hum, ha 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 ha, Bhagavan Sawa, Tadakata, Vetsama Memancha, Vetsipawa, Mahasamaya, Sadowa, Vetsasado Samaya Manubalaya Vetsasado Denubadisha Susumepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidamu Silivan Guru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Vetsama Memancha Vetsipawa Mahasamaya Sadowa Vetsasado Samaya Manubaya Vetsasado Denubadisha Zazo Mepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidamu Silivan Guru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Vetsama Mimancha Vetsipawa Mahasamaya Sadowa Vetsasado Samaya Manupalaya Vetsasado Denubadicha Zazo Mepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushami Chidamu Silivan Guru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Vetsama Memancha Vetsipawa Mahasamaya Sadowa Vetsasado Samaya Manupalaya Vetsasado Denubadisha Susomepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supukai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidamu Silivan Guru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Vetsama Memancha Vetsipawa Mahasamaya Sadowa Vetsasado Samaya Manupalaya Vetsasado Denubadisha Zazo Mepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supokai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushami Chidamu Silivan Guru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tadakata Vetsama Memancha Vetsipawa Mahasamaya Sadowa Vetsasado Samaya Manupalaya Vetsasado Denubadisha Zazo Mepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supukai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidam Silivan Guru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vetsama Mancha Vetsipawa Mahasamaya Sadowa Vetsasado Samaya Manupalaya Vetsasado Denubadisha Zazo Mepawa Sudokai Mepawa Supukai Mepawa Anulado Mepawa Sawa Siddhi Mepulayacha Sawa Karma Sushame Chidamu Silivan Guru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vetsama Mancha Vetsipawa Mahasamaya Sadowa Pumpe. Okay, next let's do the 9 cycle Buddha breath, 9 cycle Buddha wind. So since we've explained this many times in the previous sessions, so this time I won't go over it again. Just remember to visualize your body as transparent, clear, and pure as crystal, the 3 vertical channels in your body, and then you can follow the steps on screen if you can't remember. So there are 3 sequences. Breathe in from the right, breathe in from the left, breathe in from both, switch, breathe in from the left, breathe in from the right, breathe in from both nostrils, and the third one is breathe in from both, breathe in from the right, breathe in from the left. Okay, keys of the practice, Si Man Chang, which is subtle or gentle. Man is slow, very gradual, Chang, prolonged. So do the 9-cycle Buddha breath, and then we can enter into Samadhi. Okay, as we're preparing to enter Samadhi, this part is the visualization of Ru, visualization of Vedam into the practitioner. So just in case you're not familiar with this, I will repeat it again. So let's first visualize Vajrasattva transforming into a point of white light above your crown. And the size of this light is the same as the size of a grain of rice, very small, very tiny, but very brilliant. This light enters your body through the crown, through your Brahma aperture, descends through your central channel to rest upon your heart. And this point of light inside your body grows bigger and bigger and bigger until finally it reaches the same size as your body. Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind become your body, speech, and mind. Vajrasattva and you are completely merged and united into one, and you have transformed into Vajrasattva. There are many ways to enter Samadhi. Another method is the breath counting method, where you can mindfully count your breaths until reaching a state of tranquility, free from concepts and false thoughts or discursive thoughts, entering into the meditative state of non-awareness, or is called the Samadhi of forgetting. So many methods, whichever works for you, and allows you to focus your mind to enter into Samadhi. All right, so let's do enter Samadhi for 10 minutes. Exit from Samadhi. Let's recite the praise first. Living Buddha Lian-sheng teaches the great tantric practice. Vajrasattva transforms into Vajra heart. An authentic spiritual response when the two merge into one, eradicating negative hindrances to attain purity. Recite the heart mantras of the 8 principal Idam deities. Om Ami Deva Se, Om Mani Demi Hum, Om Panamo Yunjalin Soha, Om Ha 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 We Samaye Soha, Om Chali Chuli Chunti Soha, Om Chambala Chanung Chalaye Soha, Om A Hum Pisa Guru Dema Siddhi Hum Se, Om A Hum Guru De, Aha Sasamaha Lian-sheng Siddhi Hum, Deyata Om Bekatsya Maha Bekatsya Latsa Samo Katahi Soha. Recite the Buddha's name 3 times. Homage to the 36,119,500 Amitabha Buddhas. Homage to the 36,119,500 Amitabha Buddhas. Homage to the 36,119,500 Amitabha Buddhas. Supplication for Buddha to stay in the Saha world. We pay homage and supplicate His Holiness, the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas of the 10 directions, and compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dharmapalas, Dakinis, and protectors of Dharma. The nights are long, the 3 poisons are proliferating, body and soul are stricken, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage deluded ones. The 3 jewels emanate wondrous lights to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, humans and devas, rely upon His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead that you stay in the Saha world to turn the Dharma wheel, to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Dedication of merit. May all who uphold the name of Amitabha Buddha be reborn together in the pure land of his western paradise. Repaying the fourfold generosity from above and aiding those who suffer in the 3 paths below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we be liberated from the cycle of birth and death, and may we develop the qualities of Buddhahood and thus free all who suffer. We dedicate the merits of this practice to our root Guru, Grand Master Lu. May Grand Master Lu always be healthy, remain in samsara, never enter nirvana, and forever turn the Dharma wheel. We wish that Grand Master Sheng-Yen Lu will also be healthy. May everyone be healthy, free of hindrances, strong in cultivation. May all circumstances become auspicious. You may silently make your own prayers, dedications, and wishes at this time. May all prayers be fulfilled. May all disasters and obstacles be gone. Recite the 100-syllable mantra 3 times to make up for any errors or omissions during the practice. Vajrasattva samaya manubalaya Vajrasattva denupadisha zisomebawa sudokai mebawa subukai mebawa anulado mebawa sawa siddhi mebulayacha sawa karama sushami sudamu silivan guru hum ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tadakata visamami mancha vizibawa mahasamai sadowa humpe Vajrasattva samaya manubalaya Vajrasattva denupadisha zisomebawa sudokai mebawa subukai mebawa anulado mebawa sawa siddhi mebulayacha sawa karma sushami siddham silivan guru hum ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tadagata vitsamami mancha vitsibawa mahasamaya sadowa humpe Vajrasattva samaya manubalaya Vajrasattva denupadisha zisomebawa sudokai mebawa subukai mebawa anulado mebawa sawa siddhi mebulayacha sawa karma sushami siddhamu silivan guru hum ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tadagata vitsamami mancha vitsibawa mahasamaya sadowa humpe. Great homage to visualization. So first, let's pay homage to Root Guru and all Buddhas of the 10 directions in 3 times. Thank our Root Guru and Vajrasattva for their blessings. From the Buddha Shrine Mudra, touch your forehead, throat, and heart. Om, Ah. Om, visualize infinite selves, prostrating to infinite Buddhas. Release the mudra. Second, pay homage to all bodhisattvas from the lotus mudra. Om, Ah. Om, visualize infinite selves, prostrating to infinite bodhisattvas. Release the mudra. Third, pay homage to all Dharma protectors from the Vajra mudra. Om, Ah. Om, visualize infinite selves, prostrating to infinite Dharma protectors. Release the mudra. Fourth, half bow to all other beings with the equality mudra. Release the mudra. Recite the completion mantras 3 times. Om Bulin, Om Bulin, Om Bulin, Om Mani Padme Hum. May all endeavors be auspicious, and thank you for your participation. So if you're in a hurry, if you need to work on something else, it's okay. You can leave first. If you have a bit of time, we can have a bit of Dharma sharing. But before that announcement as well, as you know, 8:30 a.m. every Saturday morning Pacific time, there's the English group cultivation by our True Schools Dharma propagators. Right now, it's Byron Temple in Calgary, Canada's Dharma instructor and Dharma assistant who are leading the practice on an alternating basis. So they're currently leading the yellow Shambhala practice, and then subsequently they will lead the red Shambhala practice. We welcome other English-speaking Dharma propagators to help lead sessions. And but most importantly, every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Pacific time, every Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific time, there is the group cultivation and the homa fire offering ceremony by our root guru, Living Buddha Lian-sheng. There's live English interpretation by Dharma Sister Hanifa. So please do tune in for those because our root guru in Tantric Buddhism represents the body, speech, and mind of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, in the 10 directions and 3 times. So our personal connection with our root guru is actually the most important for our tantric practice. So that's why I would really recommend it. So before I go into Dharma, just to do a bit of Dharma sharing, let us put our palms together and pay homage to our lineage Guru, living Buddha Lian-sheng. Pray for his blessing, for the blessings of all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. May this Dharma discourse or sharing be auspicious and beneficial for anyone or everyone who's listening. Okay, Amitofo. So as I was mentioning just now, so in Chinese there's this phrase that is often repeated. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of it. In Chinese it goes 密教的根本传承上师代表十方三世一切诸佛菩萨护法金刚的身口意的功德。So loosely translated, it means that in esoteric Buddhism or in Tantric Buddhism, our lineage guru, in True School, it's His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-sheng, Sheng-Yen Lu. He is the embodiment of the merit of the body, speech, and mind of all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas in the 10 directions and 3 times. What are the 10 directions? Basically, it's the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, and all the directions in between, so that's 8. And then zenith and nadir, so that's top and bottom. So basically, in short, it means everywhere, all space. 3 times, it refers to the past, present, and future. So that's all time, across all time and space. So basically, whenever we pray to our Guru, we are praying to all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, across all time and space. So that's how, and why do we need to take refuge in Tantric Buddhism? So the reason for that is because we need his blessing, empowerment. It's different from Sutrayana Buddhism, where when they do the refuge, they do it like threefold refuge. So they say Namo Buddha, Namo Dhamma, Namo Sangha. But Tantric Buddhism is different from Sutrayana Buddhism because of this connection with the root guru. So when we receive only with the blessing empowerment of our lineage root guru can there be accomplishment. Okay, so anytime when we recite a mantra, form a mudra, do a visualization, it has to have the blessing empowerment of our lineage root guru, of our root guru, in order for it to be effective. Without that empowerment, it won't be successful. So it's kind of like some people have used the analogy. It's like when you have that blessing from our root guru, it's like having a license. The other analogy is like before we take refuge, it would be like we're sitting in for a practice. It's okay to sit in for group cultivation sessions if you haven't taken refuge and you're just trying to understand what's going on, have a sense of like, is this the right tradition for me and things like that. That's okay. But the thing is, once you have made up your mind, when you have really observed the teacher in traditional Tantric Buddhism, they would say you have to observe for 3 years. But now maybe it could be a little less. You can read Grand Master's books online. You can listen to his Dharma teachings and just kind of feel whether do you really have an affinity, and hopefully you do. So once you do, then have to take refuge. So when you officially take refuge, then that means that you would actually receive the blessing empowerment. So maybe I'll just go a little bit into the significance of taking refuge. So yeah, I was looking at all the books and things like that, trying to think about what to share. And I think maybe we should start from the beginning since I don't know who is listening, unfortunately, and I don't know how much you know. So we'll just start from the very basics. So the significance of taking refuge, actually, if you look at a lot of the books from U.S. Datin published in the past, at the back, usually, sometimes they would have this chapter or a little section that talks about the significance of taking refuge. So what it means is to accept guidance, reliance, and deliverance. And the heart of taking refuge lies in one word, faith. Faith is the beginning of all endeavors. Just as the saying goes, faith is the basis of the path, the mother of virtues, nourishing and growing all good ways, cutting away the net of doubts, revealing the unsurpassed road to enlightenment. So the doctrine of faith, understanding, practice, and realization as taught in Buddhism begins with faith. So it's like a student officially registering for enrollment in school. So when we receive the empowerment from living Buddha Lian-sheng and take refuge in him, we also receive the lineage transmission of true Buddha school and formally become a disciple of the school. Our negative karma will gradually dissolve, and one will be protected by the 36 benevolent deities. One also receives all kinds of merits and does not easily fall into the three evil paths. Therefore, one is able to swiftly accumulate good karma and eventually realize supreme enlightenment. So we can thus see that the ritual of taking refuge and empowerment is a holy and noble undertaking. Once you receive the refuge empowerment, you truly enter the gate of practicing Buddhism and becoming a true Buddha disciple. So here they mention that, however, taking refuge is not the same as ordination, which means becoming a monk or nun. So you don't have to become a monk or nun to practice Buddhism. You don't have to receive all the ordination vows. So ordination is different. It needs the written and signed consent from one's parents or spouse, must be officially approved from the highest authorities in True school. So it's different. But as a lay practitioner, a household practitioner, meaning you can you can go about your normal ordinary life and integrate Buddha Dharma Buddhist practice into your daily life. You just need to first start with abiding by the 5 basic precepts. So the 5 basic precepts are referring to Sha Dao Yin Wang Zhou. So that's no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no false speech, and not getting intoxicated. So the 5th one is kind of it's not getting intoxicated. It means not getting drunk, or but if like for social occasions like maybe weddings and things like that, you need to it's okay to have a little bit of alcohol as long as you don't get drunk, because the thing is that when you get intoxicated, it causes you to more easily commit the 4 other transgressions. So you may say things that you'll regret later, you may do things that you'll regret later. And so that's why the 5th one is part of the 5 basic precepts. But the main point is actually not to remain clear-minded, so that and it's actually one way of thinking about it is that easy way of remembering it is basically not doing something to someone else that you don't want to experience yourself. So you wouldn't want your own things to be lost, right? Or to get stolen. So we don't take things from other people. And I mean, who actually likes being scolded, right? So that's why we don't scold other people or, say bad things and things like that. So living Buddha Lian-sheng, he has the Dharma title of Great Blessing Vajra, and he's the root guru of True Buddha school. So true Buddha disciples who cultivate the root guru practice will be able to achieve spiritual union and responses from our root guru, which is a great blessing. With our root guru's blessing, we can gain health, longevity, harmonious family, fortune, wisdom, fulfillment of all wishes in the mundane realm. In the transcendental realm, one attains bodhisattvahood. So according to the Sutra of Consecration, students are protected by the 36 guardians after taking refuge, which are sent by the 4 heavenly kings, Deva Rajas. And if we can cultivate the root guru practice, then Vajra Yaksa, his retinue of 500, and multitudes of bodhisattvas will also provide protection. All students who take refuge and receive the necessary empowerments shall, through the diligent cultivation of the root guru practice, benefit both themselves and others due to the boundless merits of the root guru practice. All transgressions will be extinguished and all evil will depart. How can we take refuge? There are a few methods. So if you're staying at a far away place where there is no cultivation venue near your home, at 7 a.m. your local time on either the 1st or 15th day of every lunar month, you can face the direction of the rising sun. With your palms joined, reverently recite the fourfold refuge mantra 3 times. Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sanghaye. Seeking living Buddha Lian-sheng's guidance, I am taking refuge in the True Buddha and prostrate 3 times. Then send a letter to True Buddha Foundation to indicate your wish to receive the refuge empowerment. State your name, address, age, and enclose a voluntary or discretionary offering to the contact address of Living Buddha Lian-sheng. And upon receiving the letter, True Buddha Foundation will process your request. So this is a method of taking refuge via remote empowerment. So Grand Master, because of his great Dharma power, is able to bless us through remote empowerment. So you can do that if there is no cultivation venue near your home. Alternatively, every Saturday night at Ling Temple or Seattle Leizang Temple in Redmond, at the end of the cultivation session, Grand Master will actually do a refuge initiation for new disciples. So if you're able to make it there in person to receive the impartment from Grand Master directly, then good for you and welcome. The third method is that if it happens that there is a Dharma ceremony in your location that is by an authorized True Buddha School master, okay? True Buddha School masters will help to do it on behalf of Grand Master. So they are helping to bestow the refuge empowerment on you. But the thing is that your guru is still Living Buddha Lian-sheng. So a lot of times that in True Buddha School, the masters you can think of them as like our elder siblings, senior Dharma brothers and sisters who are very experienced, very knowledgeable. But our teacher, there's only one. Our main teacher, our root guru is Living Buddha Lian-sheng. Okay, so all the others are our Dharma companions. So if possible, not just participate in the online group cultivation sessions, it's actually beneficial for you if you can actually go to a local cultivation venue to help out. So the conditions for practice, they often say it's cai lui fa di. So what does that refer to? Cai is resources. Lui refers to companions, Dharma companions, good Vajra Dharma brothers and sisters who can support each other on the path. Fa is Dharma. So we have the Dharma from Grand Master Lu. Di is the place, the location of practice. So usually cultivation venues, especially if they are pointed out by Grand Master, they'll be located at places with very good spiritual energy. So like Seattle Leizang Temple, Ling Temple, or Rainbow Temple, all these places have wonderful, awesome spiritual energy. So if you can, and there's our local temples at your locations, these are places where the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas converge. And when there's a group cultivation going on, there is the convergence or the gathering of that mental collective power invocation. So there is that that's worth considering. So if you can, do go to a cultivation venue in person to join the practices. And if you can go there to volunteer your time or resources, that's even better because that's actually a way for us to get started on our spiritual cultivation by practicing generosity. It's also the path of accumulation. So in practice, there is the 5 paths. We talk about 资粮道、家境道、见道、修道、无修道. So like it begins from the path of accumulation. So we must first build up enough good merit, gather enough good merit. So that comes from good deeds, having good thoughts, and then slowly when that's sufficient, we will also be able to proceed to the next path, which is the path of preliminaries, which is what we're doing now. So actually, to be able to meet with Guru, it means that you have actually accumulated sufficient good merit in order to be able to encounter Grand Master and to listen to his teachings. So it means that you're very blessed. And so hopefully you actually recognize that and treasure that opportunity to practice. Um, yeah. So I think that's it for now. Or maybe one last thing that I will just share is let's start from the first one of the first books written by Grand Master Lu, which is Encounters with the World of Spirits. This is book 16. Um, so this is, let me just do a new share. So this is the website of True Buddha, um, True Buddha Prajna Treasury, or TBS for short. So if you have an account, you already know how to use it. If you don't, it's very easy. There are many different languages. If you click on this round circle, you can actually select the language that you are familiar with, and then you can select English if you're English speaking. So it has many books by Grandmaster Lu, not just all the books in Chinese that Grandmaster has written, which is almost 300 this year. He has also written books in Indonesian as well. Not in Indonesian, sorry. The books have been translated to Indonesian, to Vietnamese, to French, to English. And then once you're there, you need to sign up for an account. Once you've signed up for an account, you need to first add books to your collection. So, for instance, go to collections, and then you'll find this window. It'll appear. Then all these books which were published previously have been uploaded as well, so you can actually read for free. So if you are able to read online, and then you'll be able to access all these books. And the very first book that Grandmaster wrote about the world of spirits is actually this one, Encounters with the World of Spirits. So you have to first add it to your collection. So you click on the borrow, and then it will be added to your collection. Then once it's there, you will be able to read it. Okay, so why is this book interesting? So each book is almost like a snapshot of Grandmaster's journey, his spiritual journey. And this very first book, it actually explains how Grandmaster Lu started. So how did Grandmaster, from somebody who was a Christian when he was young, become living Buddha Lian-sheng? So this amazing story actually begins. It has roots in past lifetimes of practice, definitely. So it's not accidental. It's he has come many, many times. But in this life, the story begins when he was 26 years old. And he was actually a Christian. He didn't believe, he thought that it was superstition. In fact, he had a neighbor who was a Buddhist. And when he saw this neighbor prostrating to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, when he was young, he didn't know any better. He thought he was kind of like, he didn't really believe. But the thing is, when he was 26, he had a very special encounter. One morning, he had a dream. He had a dream about it. He had a conversation or a meeting with Ching He didn't know it then, but now we know that that's actually Venerable Monk Liao-ming, one of our main lineage gurus, True School. So, and then what happened was that that day, after he had the very strange dream, he followed his mother on a whim to Taichung's Jade Emperor Temple. He was only 26. And then suddenly, this old lady who was dressed in blue suddenly called out, a total stranger, she called out, "Who is Sheng-Yen Lu? The Buddha's bodhisattvas are looking for you." And so even Grandmaster's mom was like, "Why are you looking for my son?" So Grandmaster went up to her, and then the old lady told him that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are looking for him and asked him to kneel down, put his palms together, and he would know. So that's what he did. He placed his palms together, he knelt down, and he had a vision. He had a vision where there were Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who gave him messages, who told him to 一心向善, 一心学法, 一心学佛, which means turn your mind wholeheartedly to kindness, to Buddha Dharma, to Buddha. And then from then on, he had a whole series of miraculous experiences, and his life completely changed. So he was able to communicate with the invisible realm, and then he was also able to do spiritual consultation to help people. And the thing about Grand Master's divination is that he never asks people for money. So he never sets a fixed amount, a fixed fee. He's always just doing it just to help people. So that's what's really amazing about Grand Master is that that's what he. But the thing is, we shouldn't take it for granted, and we should still treasure the Dharma. And that means that it's not the amount, the value that we're giving, but it's more like the heart of how much we value it. So the amount that we give is just an indication of the amount of value, but that proportion is different for everyone. And what else is interesting in the book is that Grandmaster also had a conversation. He actually asked about Christianity, like I think he said that okay, I'm trying to find that part now. But essentially, it's not at odds with Taoism and Buddhism. So it's kind of like Jesus is also a teacher teaching the Occidentals, and then Taoism and Buddhism, there are methods of teaching people in the East. So there is only one Tao, and it's just different methods. There are 84,000 Dharma doorways, but they all lead to the ultimate. However, the part about the difference, of course, is that in Christianity, right now, there isn't mention of reincarnation, but it's actually quite interesting that in some books that we've come across, apparently it was actually part of earlier doctrines of Christianity, but it was taken out due to political reasons. So in fact, if you're wondering, like people who don't know anything about reincarnation, and they're wondering, does this thing really exist? They think that it's superstition. There are actually books outside of True Buddhist school that show that are trying to prove the existence of reincarnation and have quite compelling evidence. So if you search for UVA 50 years of research into life after death, there is a field of studies that was set up by this professor, Dr. Ian Stevenson, who did a lot of research into the past life memories through his interviews with young children. So they would actually remember things from past lives, and it would actually match actual facts in real life. So there was actually they have like conventions or talks, seminars that are broadcast on YouTube, and he shared this example of a little boy, 3 years old, called James Leininger. It's very compelling. You can search for that information, and there's also like a book called Many Masters, Many Lives. This was actually shared by Master Lian-sheng in one of the lessons that True Buddha School Online University had about Buddhism. So it's actually a really old book in the 1980s. So this psychotherapist, I think he's Jewish. And then he was taken aback by a patient who came to him called Catherine. And then at first he tried all kinds of medicine, but then it didn't work. So he tried hypnotherapy to see whether that would help her. to overcome like these anxieties that she was feeling. And then it turned out that she actually started remembering all these past life memories. So it's a very interesting book. And these are actually by external sources. So they're not even like Buddhist, they're not Chinese, they're not Buddhist, you know. And but the thing is, they are pointing out evidence of reincarnation of past lives, and you know, so that's something that we should be mindful of and respectful of. Because a lot of people sometimes when they don't believe in karma, and they think that this life is all there is, then they create a lot of transgressions without realizing it. And in our ignorance, we think that life, why is life so unfair? You know, like they might feel resentful that how come this person has so much, you know, lives so well, and then I work so hard, but then, but it's actually karma. It's because in past life, the people who are very wealthy in past life, they practice generosity. So in this life, they have accumulated sufficient good merit and they are enjoying it. They're enjoying their rewards. So another Chinese phrase that we often, if you want to know what you did in your past life, look at what is happening in the present life. And if you want to know what's going to happen in the future life, look at what you're doing now. So the thing is that we can't change the past, so we can only accept it and try to make up for all the errors and mistakes that we made and try to move forward. So if we can try to change our present circumstance by practicing the Dharma, then it means that in our future, we will be able to enjoy the fruits of what we're doing now. So that's why it's very important to focus on the present, on what we can do, on and the True Buddha Tantric Dharma is a way for us to change that path, the karmic path that was set. Sometimes when those seeds have they are there, but they have not ripened, there is a chance for it to be cleared away or mitigated or reduced through the power and blessings of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That's why we're practicing Dharma. So Buddha Dharma has that ability to help us change it. And the process, depending on the extent of karma, it varies for people. Some people can change their lives more easily, or certain situations. For others, it might take longer, but it's still changeable. So the thing is that even though things have been set in a certain track, certain path, but we have the ability to change it through our current actions to determine where our future lies. So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are pointing the way. They are showing us how to get there. And that's why we need to practice the True Buddha Tantric Dharma. And every time you practice, it will strengthen your path. So that's why it's so important. Yeah. And we talk about 经世宗法实修, right? Honoring the guru, treasuring the Dharma, and actual practice. Something I read this week that really made an impression on me is that Grand Master actually mentioned that in the past, when he prayed for an empowerment, sought an empowerment from his teachers, he would make an offering of 10,000 US dollars for one empowerment. And he's allowing us to make discretionary voluntary offerings. He was just mentioning it as a way to explain his how much he values Dharma. And if you think about it, in the past, in ancient times, lineage gurus, they would actually climb mountains, travel over mountains and seas, go on long journeys to actually bring back the Dharma to where they are or to spread it. So, for instance, if you've ever tried walking, imagine a car. It can travel 60 kilometers in an hour, so it only takes maybe half an hour to travel 30 kilometers. Can you imagine how long it takes to travel 30 kilometers on foot? It can take you up to, depending on your pace or whatever what you're carrying or the path, it can take between 8 to 10 hours. So imagine the lineage gurus in in the past, how much effort they put in to seek the Dharma, and also their heart of like overcoming all difficulties and all the slander and everything that Grandmaster has experienced, um, the teachers that he has learned from. So we are actually very blessed that Grandmaster has put all of that together in Tribhuvan Tantric Dharma. He has condensed all his knowledge into a simplified practice that is suitable for a modern time, for people of the modern times. So that's something that we should really cherish. Yeah, so I think that's more or less what I would like to share for today. Thank you very much, Amitofo. Omani Pemi Hom. And I think the other thing is that, oh, just one more thing is Indonesian Dharma siblings, they actually practice, they learn the verses and sutras in Chinese. So that means that it's actually possible for you, if you're interested as an English speaking disciple, to learn the practices in Chinese as well. You can first memorize the sounds and then slowly get to know the meaning. And then it's quite amazing. You can actually watch one of their online sessions to try to have an understanding of it. But why is this important information? Because sometimes cultivation venues that don't offer English group cultivation sessions, for instance, if you're going on a pilgrimage to Seattle Temple, for the upcoming spring ceremony in February, the Grandmaster will be transmitting the practice of Arya Avalokiteshvara Shengguanyin, 第一富豪法. So number one, wealthiest person, Dharma. So if you want to be wealthy in your next life and not have to worry about your financial resources, all that stuff, you should try your best. You should really try your best to go for that, and practice the Dharma. Okay, once you receive, what's even more important than receiving the empowerment is to actually practice it. And the other really special thing about the upcoming ceremony in February is the White Tara, seven-eyed Buddha Mother's divine eye transmission, secret practice that Grandmaster will be blessing everyone. So if you're planning to go to Seattle for a pilgrimage for the spring ceremony or otherwise, the group cultivation sessions are currently only in Chinese. So in the morning around 7:30 a.m., they have the root guru practice in Chinese. At around 6 p.m. now, they have the four preliminaries, the Vajrasattva practice in Chinese. So it's quite a pity that if you've gone all the way there and you can't join in. So if you can, try to learn the practice in Chinese, or at least a few keywords, like the names of the practice, the sections of the practice in Chinese, so that you know where they are, and you can try to practice in English in your mind as they are practicing Chinese. Maybe that could be another way. And yeah, just try to. So this will be a way for you to actually be able to join in the practice. And also, eventually, it could also be a way for you to learn Chinese and be able to even read Grandmaster's teachings, listen to his discourses directly. Because sometimes through a translator, it's not the same. A translator can try his or her best, but it's still the best if you can understand it directly, have a direct connection with your own guru. So that's the most important. And yeah, so a lot of our Indonesian Dharma siblings, they actually learn Chinese in order to learn the Dharma. So that's really phenomenal. That's really amazing. And oh, we should learn from them. It's really inspirational. Okay, so anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much and wishing you all the best. Have a good week ahead.